EXEO Capital was founded some 15 years ago en route to closing its first private equity fund, the AgriV Fund 1. Today we are a Pan-African mid-market investment firm with a footprint in about 9 countries with approximately $300 million under management and invested in north of 20 different growth companies. The firm operates from Cape Town in South Africa and Nairobi in Kenya. As a firm, we have defined our core purpose as to create value consciously so that companies and people may thrive. So we do go about our investment business consciously, conscious of the trust that more than a dozen international institutional investors have placed in us. Also conscious of the trust that the founders of the investee companies that we partner have placed in us, in letting us partner them on their growth journeys. And we are also very conscious of the profound role that private capital and business have to play in driving much needed development and job creation on our continent, and to do that in a responsible and ethical manner. Also conscious of the social and environmental capital that have been entrusted to us. We have invested in several sectors. The food and agri sector was the sole domain of our first fund. The investee companies in that portfolio are invested in commercial agriculture, food manufacturing, distribution, logistics. Over the years, we've added experience in tourism, in wellness, and latterly also in private education. We've seen great successes along the way, investments that have delivered in excess of 3 and 4 times capital. We've also seen failures and some also runs in our portfolios, and we've learned from this experience, from both the successes and the failures. And we are now able to apply that experience in launching into Fund 3. Over the years, we've also been able to develop very valuable business relations and networks across 9 countries in East and Southern and West Africa. And these are relations and networks that serve the firm very well in terms of access to deal flow and local insight.
We like the culture, we like the standards, the high standards, both in terms of product quality and service standards. Fairfield had done really well up to the time that AgriV was invested, but it was poised for further growth. Obviously, growth needs money, and being a private equity fund, that's what we can bring to the party, to successful businesses, is to add the cash needed to fund the growth.
The Fund 3 investment strategy largely continues from the successes and track record we built in Funds 1 and 2. Food and agri remains a core investment focus that we take forward, and in terms of geographical activity, we are focusing largely on those geographies where we have established operations and where we understand the business landscape and associated risks. However, our increased networking and access to expanded deal flow in adjacent sectors linked to consumer expenditure on fast-moving consumer goods and services has opened up a landscape of additional investment opportunity for us. Supply chains that service food and agri and the consumer goods and services therefore has become also a logical extension for us in our Fund 3 strategy. The opportunities for enhanced value creation from platform building is a key takeaway from our prior investment experience, further underscored by empirical research of industry analysts. Particularly in emerging markets like Africa, platform companies create better opportunity for talented management teams to add value. The scale of cross-border platforms mitigates significant risks, and it creates a significant opportunity for valuation multiple arbitrage. Our own portfolio experience has shown outsized performance from platform companies compared to standalone businesses. On this basis, EXEO Fund 3 will be taking the platform building focus into its investment strategy.
Creating platforms that are efficient and that have ample synergy in order to maximize your investment is indeed very important. And it's something we have extensive experience on through our various other platforms, as well as the funds that we've raised in the past. But we realized when we started designing the investment thesis around Fund 3 that we have to create a point of difference around our operational involvement and the execution part of the investment strategy. So we've realized as EXEO Capital that operational involvement is essential for value creation. And over the course of the last 3-4 years, we've significantly stepped up our operational involvement in our current portfolio. And the plan for Fund 3 is to do exactly the same, but to formalize our approach to our operational involvement. And this will then entail our 3-tiered approach to value maximization through a very strong operational strategy.
So the team I lead in out of Nairobi gives us the essential networks in the business community in Eastern Africa. Through relationships and intermediaries, we've in fact been able to extend this reach into selected countries in West Africa. Nevertheless, we are not isolated from our colleagues in South Africa. As a partner group, we hold bi-weekly EXEO meetings that look at all areas of the business and the portfolio. From a team perspective, the team participates in weekly meetings to discuss pipeline and portfolio management.
I do think there are a couple of key differentiators. Firstly, our firm and its investment operations are guided by clarity of purpose and values that drive both performance and ethical behavior. And it is that clarity of purpose, adding value, making money, but doing that while being mindful of our responsibilities towards our stakeholders and to the environment. And it's that I think have created a certain consistency, stability if you like, that have attracted and retained the trust of our institutional investors and our investee companies. Secondly, we understand Africa. Our investment teams are based here, professionals that know and understand the continent, its opportunities and the risks of doing investment business in this part of the world. Thirdly, our firm consciously cultivates an ethos of active partnership. That means that we remain focused on adding value in our relationships both with investors and with investees, and that we do that on an ongoing basis beyond the immediate or the contractual call of duty, and that we do that in a transparent and ethical culture.